Do you not get the concept?
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about everything skincare while I do my lashes, just so y'all can see the bare face, so y'all know how I got where I got. So to start off, I've had chronic acne basically my entire life. Like, my skin has like these periods, and now that I think about it, it's always the periods where I'm like on high stress that it happens. Yeah, so like it happened to me senior year of middle school, senior year of high school, senior year of college, 1 year post-college. And when I say my skin was breaking out crazy, I mean like you cannot see my face. Like, all of this dark marks, all of this pimples, blackheads, anything you could think of, I was just mad pussy, like ill. Before I got into Accutane, which is how I'm going to end off this video, let me tell you how I started off before they gave me Accutane. Because what Accutane is actually really a lot, especially if you're younger, that would be like OD, because it's like your parents is going to have to do everything for you. But since I'm older, it was like a little easier to maintain. But again, if you have a very strict schedule, it's going to be hard to do all the things you need to do. The first thing I was given when my face started breaking out by the dermatologist was benzoyl peroxide. So I had the topical one where you just put on your face. It was like in a little rub-on jar, and that worked at first, right? And then my skin said hell no. After that, they gave me tretinoin. So when you get tretinoin, I'm not gonna lie to you, it don't matter how bad your skin is, always start off with whatever the lowest dose is. Because when I had the tretinoin, oh my gosh, I remember the first time I tried it, my skin started peeling. And when I say peeling, I mean like whole face. I wasn't able, and I'm still not able, to get my eyebrows waxed anymore, because when I wax my eyebrows, all of the skin here comes off. Like, I remember turning around and I was like, oh my gosh, like I looked like a mummy or something. Like, it was really bad. But the tretinoin, it did work. It did work after I lowered the dose. But then after my skin adjusted to the tretinoin, and then I had to raise it. And the tretinoin is also a topical cream. So that was like what I used in middle school. And then I had used it again in high school to clear up my skin, right? But now in college, for some reason, that stuff does not work. So now in college, for face wash, I'm using the benzoyl peroxide face wash. For skin, I'm using both the benzoyl peroxide and the tretinoin at the same time, right? My skin clears up a little bit. You're gonna realize that each time I did it, my skin did clear up, but then when I came back a couple years later, it got worse. So now, let's just get to post-college where like it really got sticky. I go to a dermatologist now. This is actually a really, really good dermatologist. Before, you know, I was going to like the hospital and they were like recommending like the generic stuff. I don't think they were actually specialized like the people that are specialized that I go to now. I didn't really want to go on any pills, but that's what they were recommending. They was like, if you want your skin to clear up, you're gonna have to do it eternally. Oh, and disclaimer, granted, I already eat very clean. So in middle school, high school, college, I already didn't eat fried food. I didn't eat a lot of sweets. I didn't drink soda. So like, I'm a very relatively healthy eater. Whenever I did eat sweets and whatever, my skin used to break out. So I kind of like canceled that out my diet altogether. But I mostly canceled it because I was running track and we weren't allowed to eat stuff like that. But now it just became like a everyday part of my life. Like, I like saucy foods, seafoods. I'm not really big on meat unless it's like beef. I don't eat pork, stuff like that. So that's just like my diet. So that also plays a big role. But the fact that I was eating clean in college, now my skin was still breaking out, I'm like, yeah, this don't make no sense. So the pill, Jesus, the pill, I would take it once a day. It was called spirocalactin or something like that. It didn't really have no side effects. I just didn't like the idea of taking the pill, because once you start taking medication for your skin, they tell you like if you stop taking it, your skin is gonna break out again. And I feel like, why do I want to go to the pharmacy to be on meds every single day for my skin for the rest of life? I need something where it's like not gonna be so constant every day. But when I did take it, it did clear up my skin for a little bit. And then I got lazy and I stopped, and my skin started breaking out, and I didn't want to take it. And if y'all watched my video probably like 2 weeks ago about me and my alopecia, you would understand again why I do not want to be on no medication. Like, it makes me feel too terminal. Anyways, so I did a spirulactin, And while I did the spironolactone, I also went to the dermatologist every single week religiously. So when I went every week, I was getting the shots for my hair, but I was also getting injections in my skin. So they were putting steroid shots in the like high pus pimples on my face. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was my favorite part. Like every time I would go, inject. Like, yeah, shoot up this face. Let's let's get rid of these things, whatever. Sometimes they would look and they wouldn't do nothing. I'm like, there's one right here, there's one right here, there's one right here. And my dermatologist would be like, do you want to have perfect skin or something? Like, you don't need it. No, yes, give it to me for every single one. Like, let's get rid of this thing. Then the other thing I would do is, like, when I first started, I think the first 3 months I could only get the overnight chemical peel, which was like a lower tolerance, because they didn't want to give me the dark mark one. My doctor was like, you cannot get the dark mark treatment until all the pimples on my face lower down. And you know me being impatient, every time I'm like, okay, like it's a little low now, like can I get the dark mark? They're like, no. So finally the spironolactone works after, I want to say 3 months, and them doctors don't lie when they say it gets worse before it gets better, because my skin was breaking out like crazy at first. I'm like, hell no, like no, like this is making it worse than how I started. But then when I kept to it, it started clearing up a little bit. I'm like, okay, good. But I was like, nah, I hate that. Like every single time they put you on something, it's worse until it's better. And then granted, I'm also doing tretinoin, and I'm doing benzoyl peroxide on top of that with all of this. My skin ended up clearing up in about 6 or 7 months, because again, it did have to get worse before it got better. And when it got better, quote unquote, it actually wasn't really better. My whole face was just like swarming with dark marks now, because I was trying so hard not to pop the pimples, but I just could not help myself. Some of them were mad painful. Like I just had to get rid of them. So you could kind of see the remnants a little bit still. Like these were way darker. Over here, it was like down here and down here, that was way darker. And when I tell you, I basically had like a natural contour. This is when they started doing the dark mark treatment. So the dark mark treatment is different from the regular overnight chemical peel that I was talking about, because the chemical peel, I would go, you would put that on your face, they would keep it on for the whole day, and my face would look white. Like you wouldn't really want to go outside, because people would be like, oh, like there's something on your face. My whole face looks like a freaking face mask. Okay, no, like I'm white facing. But then for the dark mark one, now that one is intense. It goes up levels. So like I think my level changed probably like every month, and when the level changes, it's like the intensity, like you could feel the burn more, but you're only supposed to leave it on for 5 minutes and then wash it off while you're in the office. And my face was clearing up a little bit, but they also gave me this cream from the special doctor. Now it's hard for me to get. It's like every other month my insurance covers it, and then they don't, so I don't know. But basically it's a mix from the Jewish pharmacy. When I say it's so old, it don't even have the writing on it or nothing. I didn't listen at first, right? I did not believe the lady. She's like, yes, get a Q-tip and dot the areas, because before I was just taking it and rubbing it on my whole face. I was bleaching my face, like literally bleaching it. I'm like, ooh, no, let me stop, let me listen to them. My color did come back in most places. On my neck, you could see there's like a patch right here, because I did have like a pimple there. Well, it's kind of, the colors kind of come back, but it was gone for like a year. So listen to your dermatologist. Yeah, so it was helping clear the dark marks. Obviously I still have a little bit now, and you're supposed to do it once a day, not twice, once a day. It's preferred to do it at night, because I don't know, something with the sun and stuff, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, also for face wash, it was only the benzoyl peroxide. And then what I put on my face for cream, I only use Aveeno. I've been using Aveeno my whole life. It's this one specifically, and I don't know, I just like it. It always worked for me. I never had no issues with it. My face was clear for a little bit, but as I told you, if you stop taking the pill, your face is going to start to break out again. So my face went crazy because I stopped taking the spironolactone now. I finally tell them, like, you know what, yeah, like, let's do the Accutane. So I ended up going on Accutane twice, and that's because the whole Accutane process is extremely tedious, y'all. So the first thing is, before you could even go on the Accutane, 30 days before you decide you want to start, you have to get all these blood tests. So it's like, I don't know what they're checking for, or at least I don't remember what they're checking for, but you have to get all these blood tests. And then if you're a girl, you have to get a pregnancy test. And then you also have to sign up for iPledge, where you pledge every month that you will either A, be on 2 forms of birth control if you are, you know, sleeping with people. If not, then you have to do abstinence. I don't know what was the other option. I think those are the 2 options. But yeah, because the whole thing is that this drug, if you get pregnant while you're on this, first of all, you're gonna have to stop the whole process. But not only that, it's like they make this big thing with like, ooh, birth defects, like it's a really serious thing. I looked up some of the Accutane babies, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah, you don't want that to happen to your kid. But anyways, you do that, you run the blood test, and then after that they'll set you up, right? So when you're doing the Accutane, I'm going to tell you, this is going to be the worst experience of your entire life. How the process works now is, once you get approved, you get this pack of pills, right? And as you progress through the program, the dosage increases. I think I started at like 30 and then I went to 60. Yeah, I went to 60. So when you first start, you get these orange pills. You take it once a day, right? You take it once a day. The first month is not that bad. They tell you like you're gonna have really dry skin. Your skin might start breaking out really bad, but it's gonna clear up eventually. Like, you just gotta trust the process. When I say you gotta trust the process, you gotta trust the process. So I'm doing that. Then after that, the second month comes, I think I'm still on 30. The third month comes, I'm still on 30, it gets canceled. And mind you, when I did the first round, oh my gosh, when I tell you my skin was like hideous, it kind of felt like anything that was underneath my skin that was gonna come up months later, it was all getting pushed up, like forced up from the beginning. Like, I don't know what it was about that first round that I went through, but it was like so intense. Like, when I say my whole skin was peeling every day, like I would have to go outside with the sunscreen to kind of like rub my skin, or else it would be like, oh, like, you know, your skin is white or something. Like, people will always point it out because it was just so obvious. Then the second thing was, even like my mouth would get dry. And when I say my skin would get dry, all my arms, my legs, everything, like it would look like I never lotioned my skin, nothing. It was actually kind of like a humiliation ritual going outside. Then on top of the fact that my whole face started like breaking out really, really bad, could not take it. But anyways, by month 3, my skin was low-key kind of clear, right? I was like, ooh, like maybe I don't have to go on it again, when they told me like I couldn't continue. And the reason why I couldn't continue is because my insurance messed up around the time, so I could not pick up that medication for the next month. And then my insurance reactivated the month after that, so they were like, oh, I have to start over, whatever. The second time I start now, I had to wait 3 months. So from March to June, I had to wait to do it. So now I'm doing it in the summertime. They told me it's better to do it in the summertimes anyways, because, you know, the summertime you're already hot and sweaty, so you'll be producing more oils compared to in the wintertime where you're already cold and dry and stuff. So like the feeling is worse. And I agreed, because I did start in December last time, and it was terrible. But when I started in the summertime, it was hot. So me being a really sweaty person like I am, it didn't tear me up as bad. So the first month I went through it, my skin did not push out as much pimples as it did the first round. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just like, I don't know how my body was reacting to it, but it didn't push out the first round that bad. Did my skin continue peeling? It started peeling probably like the second month now. And the second month, I think I was quicker to up it. So I went from 30 to 60 in 1 month, where I was only on straight 30 and I was about to do the 60. So when I did the 60 now, it's still the same orange pills. But what they do is they make you take 1 in the morning and 1 in the night. And you need to make sure that you remember to take it. There were some days where I forgot. They say to skip it, or like you could probably take over. But like when you're doing 2 pills and you forget for a whole day, and now you're taking 3 pills in 1 day, like you're going to really mess up your body. Like, and when I say mess up your body, like those were the days where my skin was like extra like unbearable for me and stuff. So then it's still like, it's like breaking out my skin, but it didn't break out as bad as the first round. Then by month 4-ish, 5-ish, I upped the dose again. So I went from 60 to, I think it was like 120, and that's when it's a whole different pack. Now the packs are smaller. And let me tell you why the packs are so funny, because on the packs they have like the cross out sign and a pregnant lady for every individual pill. Like when they say do not get pregnant, they be so serious about the not getting pregnant thing. I finally got off of Accutane by December, so I did 6 months. And sometimes they do say you could do 6 months to 1 year. Sometimes they say even though you do that first round, you could go again for a second round. So even though the first one, the second one was technically my second one, it wasn't a full one. So this is how my skin is looking now, and this is 6 months post Accutane, which I'm really happy about. So I only had like 1 or 2 tiny pimples. Like I had a tiny one right here, Pretty sure that was because of the gel, but my skin has not broken out since, and I'm like, amen, hallelujah. But anyways, while you're also on new Accutane, every single month you have to go to the dermatologist, get the referral from the dermatologist, go to Quest Lab, take a pregnancy test, take a blood test. Then after you take the blood test, you have to make sure that the dermatologist gets it back to submit your medication. When they submit your medication in CVS, then you have to go online and do the iPledge. And when you go on the iPledge, you have to do this quiz where it's like all the stuff about like the do's and don'ts, basically the stuff that you're supposed to know. Do all of that. Say that you're either on 2 forms of birth control, or say you're abstinent, whatever. And then after you get approved, you have 7 days to pick up your medication. If you do not pick it up in time, you have to start the program all over again. And that's why I say it's so very tedious, and that's probably why they don't like putting children on the medication on top of the part that is also very like taxing on your body. And also, let me tell you what other things I did not sign up for when they said dry skin, right? My nose, the mucus used to dry up so much that it used to like get clumps. And when I used to try and pick it out, my nose used to bleed. It used to be, oh my gosh, it used to be so painful. It sucked so bad. But I always had some, so I had to like rub Vaseline in my nose and stuff to like get that. Oh, it was awful. It was like, just thinking back on it, it was awful. But my skin did not look so bad the second time going around. The other thing about Accutane, right? Well, not even Accutane. The other things that I was still doing while I was on the Accutane was I actually stopped washing my face with benzoyl peroxide. I just started using Dove soap. And I low-key don't want to transition back into any heavy soaps and stuff because I don't want my skin to get accustomed to it and then like mutate like it usually does. So I'm gonna keep the Dove soap, keep it really basic. And the derm did suggest that I could do like Cetaphil and stuff, but Cetaphil for some reason it just don't work with my skin. Like every time I try it, no, like I'll stick to the benzoyl peroxide if I do go back to a face wash. Anyways, I was still doing the chemical peels, and the only thing about the chemical peels now is I had made it to the highest percentage for it, but because the Accutane made my skin so dry, I could not really do the chemical peel without my face feeling like it was on fire. Like every time they would put it on, like they would swab it instead of doing like the little cotton swabs. They would swash it instead of doing the cotton swabs, and they would have it on for 2 seconds. I would feel my skin like zzz, and I would have to wash off my face really quick, and they're like, it's okay, maybe next time. So I was getting tight because I'm like, I still got all these dark marks and they're not going away. No. But yeah, so this is my skin now. And after I got off of Accutane, I'm thinking like it's all peaches and cream, right? Like I don't gotta do this no more. I don't gotta do nothing. I could just go outside, wear my sunscreen, and be great. No, babes. Why did the doctor tell me I still have to have a skin routine? So you still have to do that. Like I'm here thinking it's like a magical pill. It's not a magical pill. It's just helping. I don't know what. But also what's in the pill, I think it's like vitamin A or something like that. So that's what's like causing the breakouts and then pump it out. I don't know, some type of cleansing like that, whatever. I don't know the science. I just did it. So now my skin routine is sunscreen, Dove soap to wash my face, and then I'm supposed to rub the tretinoin on my face every single day. This is the one I'm using right now. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't use it every day. I probably use it every other day. And what I do is I take, since I didn't put it on yet, I can show you. I put this much on. This little, actually. Do not put a lot on your skin. I'm telling you, it will break it out. And I would say mostly put it in at nighttime. And I just rub it in like face cream everywhere. Before, when my skin was really bad, I would do it like a spot treatment, and I would just put it on the spots that were breaking out. But now this is all I have to do, and you leave it, and that's it. That's my skin routine now after basically 1 year of torture. Would I recommend Accutane? Absolutely. While I was in the process of doing it, I used to post on TikTok like, I don't want to do this anymore, grandpa, like I want to quit. And everybody just kept telling me like keep going through it, like it was the best decision they made. Like years later, their skin is still extremely clear. So I say if you tried everything, and I mean everything, like I did before getting to this point, I would definitely recommend it. Just make sure you have time. That's a little bit about my skin journey. I hope that helped. Give this a thumbs up if you liked the video. Comment down below any questions you guys have. Comment down below anything else y'all want to talk about. And make sure you subscribe. if you didn't subscribe yet. And I will see you guys next week for another video. Love y'all. Bye.